we're currently seeing you in the movie The Contrast. Were you familiar with the original, or was this all new to you?
This was all new to me, actually. When Chris Johnson, the producer and writer, he had approached me with it, he said, "You are my Maria." And he actually, it's a funny story. He booked me through Cameo. You know, Cameo, which is like the celebrity app where you can get birthday greetings and you can pay to get somebody, like a celebrity's attention.
Yes.
So I have a Cameo link and he had booked it. And I got this request in because you get it on your phone and it tells you what the person wants. And it said, "I would love you to play Maria in my feature film." And I'm like, this has got to be a joke, but this is kind of a dream. I'm like, who gets cast in a movie like this, And so I just responded. I was like, I recorded the video greeting. And I'm like, well, I would love to play Maria in your upcoming film, The Contrast, if this is real. And that's how it started. And then that was almost a year of pre-production. And then we became fast friends, and it's legitimate, obviously.
How did he describe Maria to you? Outside of it's you.
Yes, exactly. Well, first he was just like, "You're perfect for Maria." And so I said, "Well, what kind of character is she?" And she is a woman who is conflicted. So she has this traditional upbringing, and she's doing the family business. She's inheriting the family business, and is sort of like, she was a musician and she gave all that up. And so she's like very like traditional, conservative, does what her father wants her to do to carry on the family legacy, including being set to marry a man she grew up with, who is like the family, knows the family and that kind of thing. But then she gets this opportunity that sets her heart aflutter, where it's somebody that, she actually really loves. So she has to take a hard choice. Does she disrupt everything and follow her heart, or does she go along with what's traditional and what already is set in standard for her? So he presented this to me, and I was like, wow, I like that, because it's very real. Oftentimes we have to choose between, and even if it's not romance, it could be the work, the job, the 9-to-5 job, or the career, right? Starting the online business, choosing between your dreams and the more fantasy, what they would say fantasy, or, do what everyone tells you to do. It's hard. It's hard to follow your dreams. It's hard to follow your heart. So I really like that Maria was faced with this conundrum, and I like playing a woman faced with a conundrum.
Is there anything that you added to her? Was there room for you to add anything, or was she just, everything
Oh, yeah.
on the page?
I know, absolutely. There was a ton of room. Chris is such a good producer because he helped me. I actually came on as executive producer as well. I asked for that, and I worked with Chris in that, and we partnered on it. And he was so generous, and he said, absolutely, because I find it very important for me as a woman who's already established my own career as a singer, artist, public speaker, very outspoken on many things, and having garnered, a big fan base of my own. I said, this is something I dreamed up before, this is something I planned when I was really young, actually. I said, one day I'm going to be able to call the shots in my career. One day it's not going to be, you're going to play this role, take this off and cover this and look like that. It's going to be, we want Joy Villa, we want a Joy Villa type, right? Because you become so known that if they can't get you, you're like the top. So I always knew that, like I foresaw that. And it was something that, it became really real to me with this project. I said, oh my gosh, I'm offered to play this. I like her role. I like the script. I like her character. I actually added more of the career woman element to her, because in the script, she was working, and I said, well, what if she takes over the family business? So kind of what I present to you, the character that I just said, was really also me helping shape that character, I wanted it to be very much like a real woman. And so some of the lines I wrote, for sure, I had a lot of leeway. I could, ad lib some things, but we did stick to the script, which is a really good script that Chris wrote. And all the actors really appreciated that vehicle for us to perform and to be ourselves. So it's a great project. I had so much fun creating, like being a part of the creation of it. And now that it's done, this is the next wave of, well, I hope the viewers like it too, right?
I love the chemistry between Maria and Henry. I think it's just seamless on screen. Talk about working with Germaine.
Yeah, Germaine is amazing. He's an amazing actor. He's very prolific. He's done a lot of projects in Los Angeles and very tall. I actually said, I really want a tall actor to play my guy. I said, it'd be great if he's tall because I'm 5'10", almost 5'11", actually.
Oh.
A lot of people don't know. They probably say I was like 6'2" because of my hair, but
you're like, that doesn't count.
Exactly. That's what I say. It doesn't count. Flat foot shoes. I'm probably about a 5'11". My mom was 5'11", around that. And so I'm very tall for a girl, especially. And I said, I really want my lead actor to be this masculine presence, especially because he's playing, Henry Manley. He's playing very masculine. And
yes.
Germaine is 6'5". He is so tall, so fit, and just a lovely guy and such a dedicated actor, such a good, a really good disciplined actor. Before every scene, he'd come to me in the makeup room and he'd be like, hey, because, for him, it's just a little bit of makeup, and then he's got no hair. So it's very easy. For me, we actually braided my natural hair and put on a wig. And so we did makeup, the natural sort of the glam natural look. And it wasn't a lot of makeup, but it was, you sit in the chair and it's part of the job description, which I love, getting my hair and makeup done. And he would be there every morning. He'd be like, you want to run lines? Let's practice. And I love that because it made sure that our scenes together were very fleshed out and real. And there was a lot of chemistry there. He's easy to work with. What can I say? Easy on the eyes too. What can I say?
Sean and Presley did a wonderful job with direction. Yeah. What kind of advice did they give you while you were filming that maybe you took to heart? Or was it just, little bits here and there that you were advised for scenes?
Yeah, I mean, as an actress, I'll tell you, a lot of people spend years and years and years in acting classes, which is a good thing. You should take acting classes. I went to acting school, the Actors Boot Camp in Los Angeles. I studied theater. I was involved in theater since I was 5 years old, actually. I've always been an actress in musical theater. And I did some small little feature roles, very small throughout my career. Mostly I was focused on music and modeling. But I'll tell you one thing, the best experience as an actress is working with great directors. And these guys, they knew the heart of the character. They would tell me, like in a scene, they'd pull me aside and be like, okay, so this scene, there's a scene where Maria is quite compromised in one scene, towards the end, which I don't want to give it away for the viewers, but the one, right, where Dimple sort of, and then Henry comes in and there's this whole kerfuffle, right? Well, before that scene, they were really, they cared about me and how I portrayed Maria and like where I was going. They kept the timeline really good because you shoot things out of sequence as an actor. And so it's very easy to get like, okay, wait, I go, what am I doing now? Did I just come from here? Where was I before? Where's my headspace, right? Maria, I was always very cognizant. She has a certain headspace going on. Like her head is filled with either dread of her impending wedding or she's sort of disappointed, when, her leading man doesn't act the way she wants, and then she's hopeful. But all of these emotions had to be played in the right category because otherwise it won't be cohesive. And honestly, the directors made sure it was cohesive. They would tell me all the time, okay, you just came from here, you just came from there, now go. And that enabled me to just simply do my thing as Maria.
That scene you were mentioning with Dimple and Henry was one of my favorites from the film. What were some of yours?
Oh, I loved shooting this film. We had so many laughs after. I mean, Lee is hilarious, who plays Dimple. He's really got a great comedy bone. Like he cut his teeth being drama, doing, he was very famous in New Zealand, doing dramas and doing like, but he's actually hilarious. So I would say every scene ended up being my favorite, but really the one with my father, where we're sitting there, and it was a longer shoot that day was what we did, and we had the low lights. Is when I'm sitting with my dad and I have my cup of tea and I'm like, Daddy, I don't know what to do, you know. And I tell you, I ended up feeling like he really was my dad, because we ended up chatting off set and we ended up talking and having this emotional connections where I told him, because my father had passed away 13 years ago now. And this is why I have this tattoo. It says Daddy's Girl. You know, I'm a big daddy's girl. He was one of the biggest highlights and mentors of my life, my father, a minister and an actor himself. He would have been so proud to see me in this film. So I would say that scene is one of my favorites because it's like a father-daughter connection. And I don't think we get enough of that, the tenderness between a father and a daughter, you know, on screen. We don't see enough of that.
What do you hope viewers take away when they tune in and actually catch the contrast?
Well, I hope they just have fun with it. I hope that they get entertained. You know, movies are to entertain us and to take our minds off. We have very rough things happening in the world today. So a lighthearted, feel-good comedy, romantic comedy. I hope that, first of all, they're entertained and that they feel good at the end of the day after watching the movie. I won't tell you how or what she chooses or what Maria does, but also I hope that they see in Maria a real woman. And in all of the characters in there, I mean, these actors are incredible. I thought we had a really fun vehicle for us all to get together. The writing is really good. And it's shot, you know, in a beautiful big house. We all got to hang out together. So you feel, I believe you're going to feel the ensemble cast, you know, really liked each other. We actually really liked each other. There was no drama. The drama was all when the cameras were rolling, which is really nice. Usually you work on a project and it's like somebody is the dick or the jerk, but no, everybody liked each other. Everybody was kind. I mean, we're talking from the catering crew to the drivers. We all were kind to each other, very respectful, but also Chris and the rest of the production team, the directors, all of us, it started from the top, you know, and me being an executive producer, I wanted to make sure when we'd have our production meetings that from the top, we were all respectful, that there was no small roles, that there was no small jobs on set. So I really hope that people take from this like a feel-good movie, that the energy that was put in there, they feel it, and that they feel like, oh, I really like Maria. And wow, that Joy Villa wins her next movie, because this will be my first major acting role. So my fans are very excited to see me act. I think they're going to be surprised I can act so well. I hope they're going to be delighted.
I don't think they're going to be surprised that you can act so well. I mean, you convey so much with the music that you make. I'm pretty sure they'll be feeling you through the screen just as much as they do when they hear your music.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you're awesome. Well, good. I hope so, Jamie.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask if you had anything in the works as far as music.
Yes, actually. I'm currently in the UK. I'm outside of London. And so I'm working on some music. I'm in my messy hotel room here, but I am working on some new music projects. Right now, I'm writing. I'm in the writing phase. So this can take as long as 6 months to 2 years. It just depends. But it won't be 2 years before my project comes out. But that's the good thing, is that, you know, even I'm traveling quite a bit, and even with certain lockdowns and restrictions, it enables me to write more. And so I'm writing some new songs and working with some really great producers. We will be going in the studio soon. Once I'm in the studio, that's when you know it's going to come out fast. But right now it's the writing, it's the pen to paper.
Do you still have a dream collab, someone you'd love to sing with in the future?
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, there's so many dream collabs. Ooh, I'd love to work with Kanye West. I mean, he's eclectic and amazing. And I think that he really uses anything that happens in his life, he uses as a vehicle to move forward. I believe he's a genius, in my opinion. He's quite polarizing. I like working with polarizing artists. I think that that's cool. I think it's interesting if you can be yourself and not care about the haters, you know? Oh my gosh, I'd love to work with Diplo as well, like do some remixes and some fun projects. There's a few international artists, like I'm looking at some artists in South Africa. I spent a few months, 6 months being there. And so yeah, I think the dream collaboration is the personality type, the person who is strong and can create a great effect. And then we work really good together, you know. And also, I would love to just tour with a rock band. I haven't done that yet. And I really want to do that because I'm a rocker at heart. I'm a rock and roll girl. So you may see me putting together a whole rock band as I used to in 2014, 2015. That's what I used to do when I toured, my own rock band. And so it's like me and a full band, and then we just hit the road and do music. We'll see what comes first, that or new movie projects, which those are also in the works as well.
I was going to ask if we get to see you in theater anytime soon, but it sounds like you're focused more on the big screen and
Yeah.
music these days.
Definitely, definitely. Theater for sure will happen because I love theater. Like I told you earlier, I was raised in musical theater. So singing, dancing, and acting, that's always been what I do since I was 5. And that bug has bit me, and it's never let up, you know, like that performer bug, like this is what I have to do. This is what I love to do. But right now, when I look at my dream job, it's being in movies. Being in movies is the dream, and being able to produce as well, and screenwrite. I also write. So you'll see some projects from me from behind the scenes, but still in front of the scenes very soon.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the work you do, whether it's music or on our big screens?
Well, I would like to say thank you so much for supporting me. And if you don't know who I am, please check out The Contrast. It drops January 18th, and it's going to be on Amazon Prime streaming. And I'm really proud to have new fans, you know, who discover my work, but also my old fans, my Joy Tribe. I love you guys. I'm taking you guys with me to the moon. We're going to create so many fun things, and you just watch out because this is our year. This is our year. I believe for everyone, this is our year.